welcome back. In my last video, I used an advanced technique for creating very specific colors. I had a subscriber of mine, Tabby Lynn. She's been with me for a long time. She asked me a very brilliant question. I immediately said, I'm going to do a video on this. So her question, as I have it up on the screen, is the value of color more important when you are going for realism? This question is brilliant. The first thing you're asking me about is tone. Tone and color are really completely separate from the style that you want to color in. Tone is the most important thing. You always need to stretch your tones, make your darks dark, make your lights light. That goes for any style that you're using. It brings life to a picture. It brings depth to a picture. So I would say the number one thing to worry about is tone. Color is secondary. You can do the same picture in monotones where you're using the same color. As long as you've got a light version and a dark version, your picture is going to come out looking, no matter what style you're using, your picture is going to come out much better if you stretch those tones. Realism is just a style. You can have cartoon, you can have realism, you can have ethereal. They're associated with periods of time in history. There's naturalism, there's romanticism, there's all different styles you can choose, and you can develop your own style, of course, which is probably the best thing that you can do, but that takes time. For your question, I would say that getting your tones right is more important than your color. When the question was posed to me, it was in the video where I explained the 5 steps of color creation. We're going to get much more into that. Color is important. If you are doing a specific color for a hair, or you want to get a specific color for a flower, a nature picture, that's very important. It's also very good practice creating your own colors that is specific. Now, you can mix a red and a yellow and get an orange, and it'll work out every time. But if you want a particular shade of orange that you need, that's when you have to get into your 5 steps and go back and forth, and to be able to create that and know how to create it. Now, lately, in the past, this was associated with another question. In the past, I used to use gray, and only gray, to stretch my tones. I've since changed a little bit. As my abilities have improved, and I've become more advanced, and my realism is becoming much more realistic, using gray to mix your colors is okay, but actually using your color wheel and neutralizing a color to get a specific color is working a little bit better. And this is only because gray will sit on the top. If I was doing painting and I was able to mix my colors so that they were thorough, it is a much easier method to go than to start mixing your greens and your reds and your yellow and sheer up a specific color. Both techniques work. You can get to the same place with both techniques. That's the nature of the color wheel. There's only 3 primary colors. You've got 3 secondary colors, and everything else is tertiary. It's the same thing with pencils. You only have your primary colors, your red, your yellow, and your blue. You mix in your green, your orange, and your violet. There's really only one pure version of red. There's one pure version of green, where it doesn't sit on the color wheel in between. And those are the pencils that are the most valuable in a set. And that's why I made sure to really point them out in the Starjoy set, because those are the colors that you're going to use to create other colors. Every other color that you find is a tertiary color. It's a mixture of a little bit of this and a little bit of that to create the specific color that you want. Now, for beginners, it's easier just to go in and pick out, oh, I need an orange, and go in and say, oh, I have 5 different oranges, and then pick your orange. More advanced colorists, and that's where we're leading to in this channel, is a little bit more on the advanced level. You want to create those colors. that are specific. Sometimes you don't want a shadow area. You just want a dark area, but doesn't include a shadow. Grays usually include the shadow, and that's what you're using for shadow. So shade and shadow, when you're shading something and when you're shadowing something, really should be considered two completely different techniques. My shadows are always grays and browns. My shading is always my mixed colors. So I hope that helps a lot. Remember, whatever style you use, stretch out that tonal value. And I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.